Hi there, and welcome to my channel. I'm Paul, an ADU DIY enthusiast. In this video, I'll provide a detailed breakdown for how I was able to build my first basement ADU project for only $10,000. If you haven't already, be sure to also check out my previous video, where I shared the budget breakdown for my most recent garage ADU project that I completed last summer. Before we dive deep into the budget breakdown, let's take a quick look at the transformation process of my basement ADU project. When I bought the house on a single income, and as a first-time home buyer, I always had the intent to convert the downstairs into an apartment because I needed the extra rental income to help with my mortgage payments. As a raised bungalow, the house was also perfectly set up for one. The downstairs, which is fully above grade, was already finished with a bedroom and a bathroom. It also had good-sized windows and a separate walkout entrance. All it needed was a kitchen, its own laundry, as well as a few other upgrades to meet building code requirements that I soon learned when I started the permitting process. For the construction work, I started with removing the carpet and installing tile in the area where the kitchen was going to be. One of the biggest and most challenging tasks of this project was that to meet the building code's fire and sound separation requirements, I had to cut strips of the existing drywall down to stuff insulation into the entire ceiling. Once the insulation was in and the drywall patched up, I then installed another 2 layers of drywall with this green glue acoustical compound sandwiched in between. Once the drywall was finished on all the walls and ceilings that were shared with the upstairs unit, the next steps were to install the kitchen and the plumbing and the electrical for it, as well as for the washer and the dryer. Once the sliding door was replaced with a swinging door and then closed off from the rest of the house, the apartment was complete and ready to be rented. Now let's go into the budget breakdown for my basement ADU project. My permits actually only cost me a bit less than $100, as all I had to pay for was the electrical permit. I prepared and submitted my own building permit drawings, and at the time, the municipality was waiving the building permit fees for ADUs. Plumbing for the new kitchen and the washing machine was all that was needed and only cost $400 for a family friend to help with this. I only had to pay about $450 for electrical supplies, as my dad and cousin helped me with the electrical work. Construction materials cost about $6,000, the majority of which was for the drywall and insulation and other soundproofing materials like the green glue, but also the floor tiles, paint, and new doors that were required. It cost $750 for a duct smoke detector to be installed, and this was a building code requirement. I didn't pay anything for the general labor cost, as it was my dad and I who did all the work, which was a huge cost savings. I also saved thousands of dollars on cabinets and appliances, as I purchased the entire kitchen with all the cabinets and appliances secondhand. I bought everything for only $1,000. I rented the apartment unfurnished, so there were no costs for furnishings. I also widened my driveway, and this cost was about $1,500. So when you add up all these costs, you get an insanely low price of only $10,200. Since this was completed in 2015, even if we added about 5% for inflation each year since then, it would still only be about $14,000 in today's prices. Keep in mind this basement conversion already had a bedroom and a bathroom and just needed a kitchen installed. So every project will be different, but this demonstrates that with DIY creativity and determination, it's possible to build a functional and attractive ADU at an incredibly low price. Even more impressive is that when you add the $60,000 it cost for my garage ADU conversion to the $10,000 it cost for my basement ADU conversion, this means that using a DIY approach, it only cost $70,000 combined for the 2 ADUs that are on my property. In a separate video, I plan to outline my return on investment on both of these ADUs, so be sure to subscribe to catch that video when it comes out. Here are a few key takeaways from both of my ADU projects that you can apply to save a significant amount of money on your own ADU project. 1. Embrace the DIY approach. Tackle as much of the work as you can yourself to save on labor costs. At the very least, you can be your own contractor and save a significant amount of money that way also. 2 is to look to convert existing structures. As I've demonstrated, converting an existing basement, garage, or other part of your house can be the most cost-effective way to create an ADU on your property. 3 is to actively seek cost-saving opportunities. For example, looking for used or discounted materials and being resourceful with what you have on hand. So if you're interested in learning more about creating a beautiful and functional ADU at the lowest cost possible, I highly recommend checking out my ADU Mastery course on my website, thinkdifferentplanning.com, found in the links below. It's packed with valuable information and guidance to help you navigate the entire process. Be sure to also like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content, and don't forget to check out my other videos and product catalogs also linked below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.